Everybody seems to be leaving Canada, guys, right now. For example, I have somebody who is moving to Eastern Europe. Right now, as we speak, more and more people deciding to leave Canada. A lot of Ukrainians who came here through Kuwait visa went back to Poland or Czech Republic. They didn't like Canada. And Canada is shutting its doors on immigration. Hey guys, what's up? It's your guy Igor here. I want to start all this video by, guys, it's been a while. I want to thank you all for subscribing to this YouTube channel and me having the privilege of you being here and watching this video. I want to show a little bit of appreciation, guys, for well, for you watching this channel and following me. Today, I'm going to be covering a lot of things. Guys, Justin Trudeau is about to be kicked out of his own party. There is entire conflict going on over there. But biggest issue, guys, is the Bank of Canada cutting down the interest rates, and the immigration is going down by 20%. Guys, I want to start off by saying that Canada's population is declining. First of all, we are an aging population, and the only way it was growing was through immigration. And that's what that Mark, whatever his name is, doesn't matter. Immigration minister, everybody's going to change once the government changes. So, guys, basically, our migration, I'm looking at a chart right now myself. I'm not going to show you a chart on the screen because I noticed that people do not like to go deep into numbers on this channel for some reason. So I'm just going to say that we are going to have zero population growth starting in 2025. Guys, we are going down in population. Canadia's population consists of two kinds of people. One is PR, permanent residents, and the other one is temporary residents. That's how it was growing. So over the last years, especially over the last 3 years, starting like 2022, 2023, and 2024, there was a huge growth of guys through basically not permanent residents, like temporary foreign workers, let's say. So huge influx of temporary foreign workers. And now, guys, Justin Trudeau's policy has changed. Why? Because a lot of Canadians started to hate the huge amount of immigrants coming into Canada. It's insane, guys. Like, it's so bad what's happening. An Indian guy who's recording on the camera gets harassed by some senior lady who is telling him to go back home on the street. And I think she was 18-year old. There is a lady, Indian lady of Indian heritage, who was working in Walmart. I think it was in Halifax. Am I wrong, guys? Correct me if I'm wrong. She got cooked in an oven alive, and her mother discovered her. And it's, guys, is it a coincidence? I don't think so. Like, my personal opinion is, I was looking so many videos on TikTok where people are showing how the door operates. It's almost impossible to lock yourself from inside. From what I see, there's actually a handle on the inside too. And she got cooked alive. It is insane, guys. I don't know if it's a hate crime or not. I hope the investigation shows that. But that is just disgusting to even see that this is what Canada has turned into, that this kind of things can happen in this, not the third world country, but in number one country, like one of the best countries in the G7 in the world, freaking Canada. And it's pathetic, guys, to see this happening. But anyways, so they are planning to cut down. My regards to to the lady, and it's a horrific freaking event that actually happened. So they are cutting now. Blamed. Let's blame one group of people. My wife is Indian, by the way, guys, and cut down on immigration. So now Canada comes to such a point where, look, the immigration is going to be negative, right? The rents are already starting to go down. The real estate has been going down for the past couple of years, especially Toronto, Vancouver, not in Calgary, guys. And that's where I am working. I live and work in Calgary myself, guys. I work as a realtor with the experience in Calgary, Alberta. My contacts will be in the description of this video. But I want to say, guys, that with the negative growth of population, where they're cutting down immigration by 20%. Now, people who are coming here on temporary residence will be like, hey, look, why would I be coming to Canada to get my immigration done if they don't want me here? Like, spend so much of money and then not being able to, extend your post-graduation work permit or something like that. Why would you bring your money into Canada now and not go elsewhere? and that's a very valuable argument. So they're not going to be coming. A lot of people who are retiring in Canada too. We have some Eastern Europeans who are they are literally on the verge where they're considering of maybe even just selling their real estate in Canada while it's still high, and retiring in Eastern Europe somewhere or somewhere else back home, because with that kind of money and their savings they can live the rest of their lives better. You see, guys, my nose is continuously, one part is blocked. I have some issue because my father always wanted me to grow up into a professional heavyweight boxer. Yeah, guess what? I went for kickboxing and boxing, and I think that punching on the nose, getting lots of punches on the face doesn't really help you, get more beautiful or smarter. So, yeah, that explains a lot. I hope, guys. I'm just joking. Sir. Black humor. It's my dark Eastern European humor. But long story short, is in Canada they said your nose is fine. When I went to a doctor in India, they said I needed surgery. And a lot of other things are like that. And people are coming here and they're like, Igor, I can go back home. I can go to walk into a hospital, pay them money, and get everything done. Whereas here, waiting for years and years and years and everything, and they're like, Igor, I'm not a young person. I'm a retired person, and being sick and not being able to afford things in Canada. Why am I even here? So some people are literally like leaving, like selling off their stuff or considering to do that. The only reason some people don't want to live is their kids here already, who some people who came here as immigrants, they have kids who are Canadians, and they're also Canadians, but anyways, they're like, what, I want to go back home, but I don't know if I want to leave my kids behind in Canada. So there's a lot of people like that. It's happening. People are leaving. And now, guys, let's talk a little bit about housing. I know you want to hear about housing and interest rate. They're cutting down the interest rate and everything, but let's say, okay, guys, let's say you are a builder and we are on a meeting, and you are on the other side of the screen. You are an investor and I'm an investor, and we are multimillionaires and we are so rich and we want to invest into a skyscraper in Toronto, building condos, right? So, or in Calgary, we are like, okay, let's build some condos. Let's do it. Now, we are looking at the numbers. The rent started to decline, right? Rents are going down. Okay, well, that's not good. Fine. Population growth is going to be zero. So that means is that less chances of the houses, being more demand for the houses. If the population is growing, we need to build more houses. Now, we are about to put in $50 million or more, $150 million of our money, your money and my money. Let's say you put more money than me because you're richer, and I'm just like a smaller partner. But now we have Justin Trudeau, who could be kicked out from his own party. We have Pierre Poilievre. We have political instability and uncertainty with the negative immigration and population growth. Okay, and declining rents. What do you think? Should we invest all of this money into this venture of building condos? Well, you would say, let's wait. And you would be right, because you wouldn't want to invest that money right now. Let's say we build it. Igor, we build it, right? It's fine. We'll build it. We'll sell it. But what if the prices are not that, what we want? We'll keep it on rent, but the rents are going down. Would we be able to keep up with our commercial mortgage payments and other things? Is it a feasible option, or should we invest into something else? And that's the question that a lot of developers and builders who might be even watching this video will be asking themselves. It will be in a mess. And I do understand that a lot of people. So there was a grandmother in Ukraine where I grew up, and she would be like, "Oh, ці куркулі прокляті понаїхали тут," meaning that these rich people have come here and screwed us over and things like that. And she kept on complaining of newcomers coming into my big city in Ukraine, continuously moving and buying things up and making things unaffordable for that old lady. Now, that old lady, guys, was so grumpy and everything, and she hated everyone. And she was in my apartment, basically a building. And on a staircase, you meet, and you wish you never met that woman. She would be yelling, screaming, complaining, chasing kids away for making noises. Like she was like, yeah, and she would go out and she would pester all other grandmother against you if you are wrong, and there would be a gossip going on. oh, where did she go, where did he go, what are they doing, let's call police on them, they're making a mess, they're hooligans and stuff like that. And okay guys, this is a kind of a you might relate to this kind of culture. That's Ukrainian, Eastern European cultures, where we don't have security cameras, we have grandmothers who would be like spying at you, sitting on a bench and like, watching you like that. And if something, they'll go and get the police to deal with you. Anyways, that's how I see a lot of people on TikTok right now from Canada behaving towards Indians, towards others. Why are you here? Leave our country and blah blah blah. And they're like, but we are Canadians, and they're like, no, we are Canadians, and you're like, you shouldn't be here. And it's a huge, guys, it's a hate cry, like, and a lot of hate happened like that. And then what happens? Those guys are like, you know what? I'll go to United States, New Zealand, Australia. I don't need this kind of nonsense. You know, I have some dignity and self-respect for myself. As an Indian, let's say, if I was Indian, that's what I would be saying. By the way, my wife is Indian, guys. I have two kids. They're basically Canadians, but they are half Ukrainian, half Indian. It's interesting, guys, how genetics work. One guy is a little bit more white, the other guy is a little bit more brown, and I love it. It's awesome. But anyways, guys, you can see them on Instagram. I post there more stuff. But you would be investing into real estate. You would be investing in development. And why is Canada cutting down rates? What is this jumbo rate cut? Why did that happen? Well, guys, I'll tell you. You don't even think about it. A lot of people don't think about it. But I'll tell you, real estate is actually a feasible asset that creates a lot of jobs. Look at it. I was sitting one day with another client of an investor. I work at Realtor, is actually Realty in Calgary, Alberta, and I was talking to him, and we tried to calculate how many people make on one real estate transaction, right? So, for example, there are two lawyers. If they are buying and selling real estate, there could be two mortgage brokers. Mortgage brokers, they talk to business development managers, salespeople from the bank. They work with underwriters and different bank employees who are doing your underwriting and other things and getting your loan approved. So lawyers, banks, realtors, mortgage brokers, and two of each, right? Then appraisal of the houses, appraisers, movers who would help you move once you move, and municipality and a province who are getting paid land transfer tax, and what else? Sometimes you need a stager, people who come to stage your home before you sell it, like stager or a designer. Then we also have people who measure your property, measurement guys, then a professional photography guy, and then on top of it, like I was saying, movers, cleaners, repair people. You need a contractor. Sometimes you need to get the house looking nice for sale because you don't want to sell that garbage. You don't get the money because it's looking too terrible. So you do it some painter and journeyman and other people that are getting involved, and all of these things, they create a lot of jobs. They create lots of economy. I don't quote me on the number, guys. I might be wrong. I don't have it in front of me, but I can actually Google it for you. But I believe it's 15% real estate of Canadian economy portion. Let's see. So yeah, they're saying basically about 20% of real estate production on the economy. I was going to say 15%, but Google, first thing on Google coming out something like, if construction top of the total about 20% again 2020. So up to 20% of the economy is housing. So Chrystia Freeland, as Minister of Finance, she knows about it. Now, guys, a lot of investors are in the pickle right now, in a mess because of this rents going down and everything. So they're like, you know what, we invested into real estate. Was it a good idea to do that? Now, I don't know, and some people would be like, well, they should have known. They should have taken risks. There are some people who like other people to suffer. Let's say most of those investors that I mentioned to you guys, I'll tell you, I work with a lot of investors in real estate, and most of them, majority of them, we are not talking BlackRock Corporation. We are not even talking multiple business owners who own multiple businesses. We are talking majority of the people who call themselves investors are just average middle-aged people who are having a home and they have some savings and they want to put it somewhere. They literally create affordable housing for people who cannot afford buying a property themselves by offering that property to be on rent to others. So they're literally creating housing availability, affordability that way while making their money work for them. So Yeah, it's just regular Canadians like you and me who are investors. Most of them are just regular people. Some of them are my age. Some of them are, I would say, maybe 10, 15 years older. Very few of them are really old because they are like, yeah, it's a long-term game to be an investor. And when you're at a certain age group, you're like, yeah, I don't want to be waiting and playing this long-term game. They would rather go into commercial. And now, with the decline of immigration and political uncertainty, guys, a lot of builders don't want to build homes. Plus, the construction costs are higher. Construction costs, they haven't gone down by much. Well, they went up in COVID and they went down, but they are not yet they are not cheap. So if you are building a house, a lot of times you'll be taking the construction project, a mortgage for that, a commercial mortgage. And now, are we going to be able to make those payments? Is it worth our investment? What is the risk? Let's put it off. Right now, a lot of builders are sending me emails. They're paying referral extra bonuses, commissions to realtors to bring in clients. They want to sell off their inventory. And they are not wanting to build a lot because of this uncertainty. They're like, you know what, let's sell it all while it's still high so we don't have to build much. And basically, interest rates and real estate, that's why they roll down the regulation, stimulates the economy, creates jobs. So when you are buying or selling a house, you're not even realizing, guys, that it's a creates a lot of jobs on the market that actually creates opportunities and economical growth. Those underwriters who are getting paid, not taking unemployment insurance at home, those appraisers, those bankers, those mortgage brokers, those realtors, everybody, lawyers, construction people, movers, journeymen, all of those jobs that created through real estate transactions, for every transaction, create jobs for somebody. And those people, they spend that money within an economy, therefore creating a demand for goods and services, creating even more jobs. It stimulates the economy, and government knows about it. So they cannot just destroy the economy to make housing more affordable, because if you destroy the economy, everyone is going to be just basically broke essentially. Now I was just talking to another realtor as well in YMCA. Guys, basically he's a Mexican guy, and I was talking to him and I was telling him, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen? Is it going to be spring? Isn't going to be spring when it's going to happen? And he's like, Igor, it's going to be a shit show, and it might start before spring. It might start in the middle of the winter. Guys, we are talking about shit show of real estate prices. Let's see if he is right. I'm hesitating to even go for vacation this winter because of this. Because that realtor said it's going to be a shit show, and we need to be available to service our clients when it hits, because it's going to be a mess, and whoever is first is going to win. But anyways, people never listen to real estate agents, but people listen to the crowd. When it happens, believe me, you would be jumping on it once it happens. It's guys, look at it this way. Let's do an experiment. I don't have a pen on me. I'm going to just start drawing a line on the screen like that, with the trend going down, 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 down. And you tell me where to stop. And you say stop, but I keep on going, or I start going up. When I go up like this, and you say stop, you already missed out the bottom part. You will never be able to time at the market. It's either going down and you're like, here, I'm buying, and it still keeps on going down, and you're like, well, I'm losing. Or it's going down, down, you're waiting, then it goes up, shoots up, and then you buy here, but you didn't buy it on the bottom. You'll never, almost never, besides huge luck, you'll never be able to time the market. I actually met somebody who did time the market. A person who did, he's a buddy of mine and a client of mine, and purchased his home 3 years back. He was so good. He sold his property when it was the maximum value in Toronto, and he purchased his detached home in Calgary at its lowest value ever. And I called that guy and I said, hey, happy house anniversary. And I said, do you know that you're one of those lucky people, very few are, that you sold in a multiple offer and you purchased before multiple offer 3 years ago? That's insane. Anyways, guys, he's lucky, and I told him to go and buy a lottery after that. And yeah, did he know? Guys, he was, I say, Well, maybe, but I would say it's more of a luck. How would he know that he hit the jackpot? But he was one of the first ones. And other people after that, I don't, me, and then everyone loses money. That's all. Thanks, guys, for watching. Share this video, and don't forget to watch some other videos on this channel I have. It's going to be shown on the screen right now. Thanks for watching. See you soon.